What's up guys, Everything Apple Pro here, and in one of my older videos I left a lot of people with an impression that the iPhone 6 Plus wasn't a good phone. Well, after using it for a while as my own personal device, it completely changed the way I think about larger phones, and in this video I wanted to show you guys 10 things that are awesome about the iPhone 6 Plus. Now first is Apple Pay. Apple Pay was just introduced in iOS 8.1 and already so many retailers are jumping on board and allowing this new mobile payment system to become the very first widely accepted one. Now it works with a new NFC chip on the 6 and 6 Plus, and already so many retailers are accepting it. It's just amazing what Apple has done. I mean, a lot of them are already boycotting it as well to enable their own, but so far Apple Pay looks like the future of payments with your mobile phone. Next is stability. The iPhone 6 Plus is incredibly stable now. When it was just introduced, it was running the iOS 8.0, 8.0.2 firmwares, and I gotta tell you, it was a mess. Crashing left and right, just awful. I hated it. Well, Apple did fix that with iOS 8.1. It's the latest software update and it completely changes the iPhone 6 Plus. The rotation issue I mentioned in my last video, it's gone. It's been fixed. I'm so happy that Apple is one of those companies that listens to its consumers and fixes things as soon as possible. So stability is incredibly improved on the iPhone 6 Plus. Next is the Touch ID sensor. Apple definitely put in work into this guy. It's now more accurate and more sensitive on the iPhone 6 Plus, whereas on the iPhone 5S, I'd have to repeatedly clean it because sometimes it would get a little smudge on it and it wouldn't let me into the phone. And especially when you consider that the Samsung Galaxy Note 4, you have to get a perfect swipe down on the sensor every single time, whereas on the iPhone 6 Plus, you just touch it and boom, you're in, and it's so much more accurate. Definitely a big bonus of the iPhone 6 Plus. Next is the iPhone 6 Plus speaker. I have so much praise for this little guy. I mean, the louder it gets, the better the volume quality gets as well. It doesn't get more distorted. It's actually one of the best speakers I've ever heard on any phone, and I could set it down on my desk, hear it throughout the entire room. I mean, I love it. The speaker on my iPhone 6 Plus is simply incredible. Next is the resolution. Now, the resolution is simply incredible. 401 pixels per inch. That's higher than the standard 326 known as the Retina display. So this is technically known as the Retina HD display. And when viewing content, especially apps that have been updated and optimized for the iPhone 6 Plus, you really can't help but appreciate that extra bump up in resolution. Next is the video quality capability. It can do 1080p at 60 frames per second, and that's nothing special, but it has an optical image stabilizer. So when you're walking, recording, and you shake, it filters that out. Not completely, but it does such a great job at it. And it's pretty rare to see that in phones nowadays. I mean, the Galaxy Note 4 has it, but not many smartphones out there have an optical image stabilizer. And this ties in with that glorious 240 frames per second video capability. This is true 240 frames per second at 720p on a smartphone, and the results that you can get from it, I gotta tell you, are simply incredible. Now when it comes to battery life, you guys will be blown away, and when you're choosing an iPhone 6 or a 6 Plus, the 6 Plus has a 35% battery increase over the iPhone 6, which means you can go for a solid 2 days of heavy usage and still have some battery left over. Forget about the battery cases, forget about charging every moment you can. The battery life is simply incredible on the iPhone 6 Plus. An interesting but amazing side effect of owning a 6 Plus is that you might find yourself not using your iPad anymore. It's a perfect blend between a smaller 5S and a larger iPad mini. You can manage so much more on that larger display while still keeping that small form factor that fits in most pockets. And lastly, the Wi-Fi and cellular connectivity. So this guy has the new standard 802.11 AC Wi-Fi, which means it's 3 times faster than the iPhone 5S. Now, considering you have Comcast, it'll make the best of that connection, especially if you have an updated router. And if you have Google Fiber, oh my gosh, I'm so jealous of you, but Wi-Fi speed is simply amazing. And as for LTE, it supports over 20 LTE bands. So if you travel a lot, you'll have LTE in more areas than you would on another device. And lastly, as a bonus, I did want to mention the build quality. So supposedly, as a rumor, Apple did fix the Bengay issue, and they did mention that only 9 iPhones were affected overall, but I beg to differ. If you guys want to read more about that, click on the link down below in the description. And anyways, those are 10 things that are awesome about the iPhone 6 Plus. Like I said, the phone definitely grew on me. I'd never even thought I'd be using a larger phone, but after using it for a while, I couldn't let go. It's simply an incredible phone all around, and Apple is constantly working with software updates to improve what's been already great. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I love making these kind of videos, sharing the great and negative from my favorite company. Anyways, have a great day, guys. Peace.